Now we look at the new trend where Russia's embrace of the Chinese yuan is stalling President Vladimir Putin's war economy, which has been fueled by the quick adoption of the Chinese yuan in response to the diplomatic crisis surrounding Russia's invasion of Ukraine, may have reached a breaking point. This according to a Bloomberg report. Now, the United States, it's increasing its pressure on countries that do business with Russia, particularly through the possibility of secondary penalties, because it limits bilateral trade and payments that have effectively halted the country's currency usage. Bloomberg economists say the Chinese banking system may be less accommodating to Moscow's desire to use the yuan. This is mainly driven by sanctions risks, as fears of secondary sanctions from the US have banks on edge. The market is indicating a yuan shortage as well in Russia, as an aversion to providing liquidity among Chinese banks. According to figures from China's customs, trade between the two countries jumped 60% to $240 billion in 2023, putting Russia ahead of Germany, Australia and Vietnam. In exchange for Russian oil and other commodities, China may buy them at a bargain, and Russia can get its hands on a plethora of consumer and tech goods as well. As a result, China has surpassed the United States as Russia's primary trading partner, and the yuan now makes up over half of Russia's foreign exchange market turnover and over 40% of Russia's export and import payments. Considering that Russia's yuanization began at nearly zero in early 2022 before Putin's invasion of Ukraine, the scope of the phenomenon is even more astounding. Russia is now the leading donor to Beijing's initiatives to elevate the yuan's position in cross-border payments. As a result of this, Bloomberg Economics reports that since 2021, the proportion of Chinese commerce settled in yuan, it's been steadily increasing, with 29% of that growth attributable to Russia. This trend persisted into the first quarter of this year. Russia's trade with China is almost entirely in yuan, and Russia's yuan-based exports exceed what it's selling to China, meaning other countries are paying Russia in yuan. However, imports were affected for a few months as several of China's largest banks stopped accepting yuan from Russia. Despite Russian officials expressing worry, Russian firms have informed local media that the matter was resolved through the use of minor regional banks following Putin's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in May. For now, though, the risk of sanctions is weighing heavily on Russia. Chinese banks' reluctance to accept yuan for settling trade with Russian firms will make it difficult for Moscow to work around the sanctions. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.